Hey guys, it's Dmitry here, and in this tutorial I'm going to discuss about another really interesting topic. Specifically in this tutorial I'm going to compare strings with arrays and why in many cases you can treat strings as arrays, or you can apply functionality to strings and come up with the similar behavior as in case of arrays. Okay, let's jump into that, guys. First I'm going to define the first string. I'll call it string, and it's going to be a really basic string. My name is Dmitry. That's it. So guys, first thing I would like to say that, for example, if you would like to know what the length of this string, essentially you can apply similar functionality as in case of arrays, right? Do you remember in case of arrays, in order to find the length of the array, you can apply the functionality is called length, right? So, and let's see here, string dot length. It's a property essentially. Console.log, let's log it out, and let's see what will happen here. Here we go, guys. The length of this string is 18, right? It's basically calculating each of these letters, including all the white spaces, and yeah. So, and again, it's just showing, right, how similar the behavior is similar to arrays, right? Because, you know, the most important thing to understand that the string is iterable, right? As in case of array. So you can iterate through string. Okay, guys, another really interesting functionality I'm going to show you. You can create array out of string, right? With the help of this functionality. Okay, let's define a new variable. I'm going to call it array, array1, and array dot from. The method is from, right? And I'm going to pass actual string as a parameter here, right? And let's log it out. Console.log. Come on, why always say logger consoler dot log and actual array. By the way, let's define here this way, right? In order to understand what is which is which, or what is what. Okay, guys, you can see that now this thing, it's already array, right? So out of this string we made an array, right, based on this functionality. Cool. So another way how you can do kind of similar, well, you can come up with a similar kind of array. You can say, by the way, let's define let everywhere just in case if I decide later on to change them. Let array 2, and I'm going to say string, right? Because we're going to modify the string or transform it to array again. And I'm going to use splitter. Split. It's a split method. And here we go. So guys, and obviously here I will come up exactly with the same kind of array as in case of array.from. And I'm going to show you guys that that's exactly what it is. Let's log it out once again. Cool, so you can see, right, array 1 equal to array 2. That's it. Sweet. So next thing I guess I would like to show you, you can do kind of really interesting stuff too here. For example, instead of, you can define white space, right? Or you can come up with array based on white space, right? And let's see what will happen in this case, guys. I'll just copy and paste it in order to save time. So in this case, guys, you can see, so we came up with the array based on these white spaces, right? So it's basically divided each part of this original string based on the white space, right? For example, this one now is going to be the first, or the index 0, right? Then it's a white space, right? And then the next element is going to be, or index is going to be index 1, right, with value name. Then again it's a white space, then again index 2, right, and the value of this index is right, and so on. So that's the beauty of that, right? So you can kind of come up, or you can come up with your own array based on the original string, and you can play around, right, to come up with a like specific array, or with a specifically designed array, I would say, which is kind of nice, I guess. Alright, couple of more things I'm going to show you guys. I think one important functionality is called concatenation, right, where you can concatenate two strings or two arrays, right? So essentially you can use the same kind of functionality, right, and apply it to arrays and strings, and I'm going to show you guys. So for example, let's say string dot concat, and then define what we would like to concat, right? And I'm going to say key, and let's see, let's just log it out, the whole thing. Let's say concat 1, for example. Okay, let's see what's going on, what the result is. So result is going to be, this is our final string right here. So guys, basically we just concatenate, right, two strings, which is kind of understandable, right? But essentially the same stuff you can do in case of arrays, right? But you can do it a bit differently, right? I mean, I will show you, of course, but the beauty is, for example, here we have an array, right? And then what we can say, we can just define array here, and let's just say concat 2, right? Then array 3, and then let's keep it as it is, key, right? And let's see what will happen in this case. Here we go, guys, right? So in this case, essentially we have an original array, right, that we came up with. It was our like personally designed array, right, with all these indexes, right? And then it's going to concatenate this part as an array, right? It's going to treat this piece of string, or essentially it's a string, right, but it's going to treat it as an array, right? So it's going to add this element or this value to this array, right? And it's just going to be another index. So in this case it's going to be index 0, 1, 2, 3, index 4, right? So, and then essentially if you, I guess, say, if you say something like 4, let's see if it will happen. Here we go, guys, and then you can log out the actual value, right, of this of this concatenated thing, right, or of this new index, right, which is, it's pretty cool, guys. So how you can manipulate with strings and how the way they behave in many cases is kind of similar to arrays, right? So hopefully guys, all this makes sense, and hopefully guys, in the future it would allow you to be more flexible, the way you think in case of strings versus arrays. And just remember, like, both of them, they're iterable, right? You can iterate through all of them, and you can apply kind of similar functionality in both cases, right? I mean, in many cases, obviously. But yeah, of course there are still some differences, but reality is they're quite similar, from the functional perspective. Thank you very much guys. Hopefully you like this video. If you like this tutorial, please like it guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, please guys subscribe, I would appreciate it. And I see you guys next time. Goodbye.